Hello everybody, my name is Selena Ella Moon. It's great to connect with you. Thank you for checking out my channel. Today I'm going to be talking to you about the ocean of emotion. If you don't know already, I am the author of Elemental Wellness 24 Guided Meditations Inspired by the Elements, and I am here today in front of the ocean in Cape Breton Island, and I am so into this particular element right now. I am feeling it and just sensing it and just connecting with the flow of life and the flow of nature as I reside here. And I'm really excited to talk to you about this particular journey that I created in my book, 24 Guided Meditations Inspired by the Elements, and the particular journey is called Ocean of Emotion. So if you're somebody who has a hard time confronting your emotions, feeling your emotions, letting them pass through your body, this particular journey is going to be really beautiful for you, because chances are that early on in your life, or just through your cultural upbringing, or through your societal programming, or just through the way that your family raised you, there's an element of not trusting and allowing yourself to really feel things all the way through. And when we don't allow ourselves to feel things and allow these emotions to pop up and give us some feedback about what we're experiencing, or just help us to really make sense of things, then these emotions start to get bottled up inside. And then we have these accumulating triggers that start to happen, where things can happen in our lives and we just suddenly start getting snappy, or we start getting sad, or we start getting frustrated for reasons that make no sense. Okay, so this can really be a game changer for you if you start paying attention to how you feel. And I actually personally just went through this the other day. So we do have a 1-year-old. She's beautiful. She's full of emotion. And really, I'm learning a lot about the ocean of emotion as I'm raising her, because I'm noticing that when she has certain emotions, my body goes into kind of a panic mode, as though that emotion is not acceptable. But it's like, no, I really just have to let her have that emotion. And maybe there's some part of me that is afraid to have that emotion, or that denies myself of having access to that emotion within myself. And so that's why I'm judging that in her. And the other day, I was going to sleep at night, and I could just hear like the subtle sound of the television playing in the background, and I realized that I was getting really angry and I couldn't sleep. And my husband had something playing on in the background, and I was starting to feel myself just building up all this anger, like, oh my God, this is annoying. Why is he watching TV? Like, I want to go to sleep. It's so loud. The noise is bothering me. And instead of like flipping out on him, I just went into myself and I was like, this is unusually temperamental to feel this extreme amount of anger and frustration for this particular thing. Like, I could easily just be like, hey babe, can you turn down the TV? Can't sleep. But instead it's like I was just going through like my own little panic attack. And so I went into that emotion and I asked myself, like, where is this coming from? Right? And then I saw my inner child, and my inner child was actually trying to connect with my father when I was a kid, and he was watching TV and he was so engulfed in what he was watching. I don't know if it was like wrestling or something, but it was like, I just felt so neglected in that moment, because I had this like exciting thing that I wanted to share with him, and he wasn't paying attention to me, and he was like my everything. Like, I really wanted his love and I really wanted his attention, and he was just so engulfed on what was happening on the TV that I felt hurt from that, right? And that's what was sitting inside me when I started confronting this. And it's like, because I didn't let that emotion pass through and give myself permission to feel that way as a child, and just realize, oh, okay, I can let this pass through, but then later I can also understand that he's just like consumed, right? And that people do that. They get consumed by things that, even if they love somebody, their addictions can kind of get them away from those people, right? So I had to really just sit with myself, and I let that emotion pass through me. And then I was really calm and collected when I told my husband, okay, can you just turn it down? I can't sleep. So, you know, that's an example of how our emotions can build up and build up over time. And then we have these like outrageous experiences within ourselves over triggers that have nothing to do with that particular situation, but that particular situation mirrors back some aspect of what we've been holding on to for a long, long time. And so the Ocean of Emotion journey is created to help you to feel safe, essentially, in your emotional bubble, right? Because a lot of times when we have emotions, I know especially for men in my culture, that they're not allowed to have emotion because then they're considered to be weak or vulnerable, and not manly, for example. But even I, as a woman, have suppressed many of my emotions, especially anger, and even excitement. Because when I was a kid, I used to like get excited and passionate over things, and I remember my mom used to say, "Don't get too excited over that." And so there's like this programming I have now that every time I'm excited, I feel like I can't share it because it's wrong, right? And it's like, oh no, I have to let that excitement pass through. It's okay. And so part of this journey is to help you to see which emotions that you have that are just kind of sitting there because they haven't been allowed to pass because of your programming. And when you allow those emotions to pass through you, what happens is you start to feel lighter, right? And the water is actually a beautiful, it's a symbolic metaphor for our emotions, right? And the water is a safe place to express emotions. It's flowing, it's fluid, it's watery. When we cry, we literally have these fluids drop out of our eyes. And you know, there's different types of chemicals and different types of experiences that we have when we release tears. Like tears of joy actually chemically look different than tears of sadness, for example. So, you know, these tears are not just tears, they have meaning, and those tears need to be felt and acknowledged, whether they're positive or negative, within yourself, to be able to feel fully free to be who you are and to have your human experience. So if you're wanting to go into your emotions and you're wanting to explore them, and you have this book, Elemental Wellness, if you don't, check it out on Amazon. I'll put the link in the description box below. Make sure that you try the Ocean of Emotion meditation as many times as you need to start really letting that flow take place, so that this can happen just more naturally for you and you don't feel like everything is so bottled up and then you have these like really outrageous triggers happening all the time. All right, well, thank you so much for watching. I'm excited to see you in the next video, and I appreciate you for being here. Bye, everybody. Hello, and thank you so much for watching my Elemental Wellness channel. If you do end up purchasing the hard copy of my book, Elemental Wellness, on Amazon, please send me a picture with you holding the book so I can see who you are and that you have the book through my email, and I will gift you the audiobook. Thank you so much. Looking forward to seeing you soon. Bye.